Come on, Tommy!
That Blaine kid's really wheeling.
You ain't kidding, boy.
That kid deserves more than being just an after-school grease monkey. A winner, eh, Millie?
Yes, sirree, boy. From here on in, Millie's garage is going to be first every time.
Millie's garage or Tommy Blaine, huh?
In just a moment, folks, I'll get the official time on Tommy Blaine's winning. Meanwhile, here are some statistics on this new sensation of the sports car races. He's a senior at the local high school and works in Millie's garage.
Good advertising, Millie.
Attaboy, Tommy!
Uncle Wire, a rebuilt carburetor and a prayer. But she held together.
It was the prayer that did it, kid, and the way you nursed her along.
Thank you, Millie.
But Millie's garage gets all the credit.
You belong back in the stands, Grimes.
Oh, that's for the peasants, Doc. You know, me and my partner are thinking of sponsoring a couple of racers. You're number one on our list.
I work for Mildy. Driving, just for kicks.
I hear you're planning to go to a sawbones college when you get out of high school.
That's my business, not yours.
Of course it ain't, Doc, but nursing sick jalopies for peanuts won't pay your way through college. Now, you're a talented kid. One of these days, I might have a smart proposition for you.
I can wait.
Tommy, you were marvelous, simply marvelous.
Watch it, honey, you're going to get yourself all smeared.
Hey, the only ones who got smeared were the other drivers.
Mike's going to take me home. I've got to change my clothes. How soon are you going to pick me up?
As soon as I take the car back to the garage and get cleaned up myself.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, come on, Mike.
At least that little girl of yours is as solid as the rockets you brought her behind you.
She should be. We've been steadies all through high school.
Oh, I'll hook it up. Take a look at the cab. There's a couple of first prizes I got in there for you myself.
Ah.
So this is my rival.
Think so? Well, she comes apart.
Mm-hmm. And you can see what makes her tick. Why, you've been playing footsie with her. I've been growing old waiting for you to pick me up.
Oh, gosh, honey, I'm sorry. Mildy gave me this as a present. I got so interested in it, I forgot the time.
All right, Doctor, you put your patient together. Now it's time to take care of your personal life.
Where would you like to go?
Anywhere you prescribe, Doctor.
All right. Let's go. Let's try this one.
Okay.
Let's sit there. Two Cokes.
Let's hear some music.
All righty. There you go.
Come on. Come on, let's not waste the corn reading, Dexter.
Look, in a joint like this, the music's for listening. It's not for dancing.
All right, Dexter. I'll have a ball all by myself. Come on, Tommy, I need a dancing partner.
Baby, you don't have to beg me.
Tommy!
With me, if I like you, don't go to waste. When Helen says partner, she means me.
Come on, let's get out of here.
What's the matter with them two? They married or something?
Maybe starting thing, Tommy.
That's okay. Some town we picked for laughs. Cemetery with lights.
You still got a half a tank of gas.
Let's cruise.
You were real brave back there, Tommy.
That guy should have known you're my girl.
Am I your girl?
Look, that's what I'm driving.
Party pooper?
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Now, I told not what I'm driving.
It's parked someplace.
Okay. You know, from up here, it looks like the stars are falling.
Mm-hmm. And we're the only two left, looking down at the stars.
Look, you're gonna give me goosebumps.
Really?
I'll cut it out.
Never. Coward.
Oh, really?
Thank you, Tommy.
Let's not make it cheap.
Takes two to tango. It's my fault as much as yours.
No, it was more mine. Look, I love you. And it's up to the guy not to take advantage.
I don't keep taking the blame. We didn't park here to have a cheap affair. It's just something that happened. And nothing did. Except we learned how much we want each other.
You know, Helen, if we were married, nothing like this would ever happen again.
I know.
Look, it doesn't take much. A guy says, do you, Tommy Blaine, take this woman for your lawful wedded wife, and so forth.
And we both say I do. And Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Blaine live happily ever after.
And just think, we'd have it all over the kids at school. We'd always know who we're dating. And after I get out of college, and I'm a doctor, you know what? You're gonna be my nurse.
That's even better than being engaged. Oh, Tommy, we're gonna have to wait years. Parents still think we're just a bunch of kids. They'll never give their consent.
Look, we didn't ask him when we got secretly engaged, did we?
No.
We're only 6 miles from the state line, and old Betsy could get us there quicker than you could say I do.
That's right. In the next state, you don't need your parents' consent.
Well?
Oh, I do.
Come on! How much is it?
Ceremony and special license, $25. The ring is free.
I've got about $8.50.
What I've got, it'll swing it. That's okay.
Music, please. Join hands. We're gathered here to witness the joining of two people in the state of matrimony. What's your name?
Tommy, Thomas Blaine.
Thomas Blaine. Take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And you?
I do.
Not yet. Wait till I ask you. After I speak your name.
Helen Newton.
Helen Newton. Take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? Say I do, young lady. Stop dreaming, young lady.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do.
Put the ring on her finger.
Yes.
According to the powers of my office, I pronounce you man and wife. Congratulations. You may kiss the bride. You can pay Bertha while I fill in this license. There you are, young lady. This will prove you have a right to keep him home.
Thank you.
If you have any other friends who want to get married, don't forget this place, the haven of happy weddings.
One of these days, I'm going to yank that jukebox out of here. Phyllis, you only got till midnight to serve your customers.
Next thing you know, you'll have me on roller skates. Anything else?
No, thank you. It's got bubbles like champagne. You counting calories or something?
Oh, no, I was just thinking. This is our wedding supper.
And Mr. and Mrs. Tommy Blaine are on their honeymoon. What would you like? Cruise around the world? Bridal suite the Waldorf?
Silly.
Just you wait and see, sweetheart. As soon as I get out of college, it'll all come true.
Enough's enough. It's after 11 o'clock.
But I just put in a dime, Daddy-O.
So I'll take it off your bill. And don't call me Daddy-O. I've told you kids 1,000,000 times. I want some respect.
So be a rectangle.
Well,
Jana, you know, she didn't mean anything. Mr. Landis.
Some weekend. Muscles, pile of iron, conks out so we can't even take in a drive-in.
Look, it's not my fault the old heat conked out on us.
You don't have to draw me pictures, Marla. When I get the chance, I'll glue it back together again.
Oh, but tomorrow's Sunday, and we're going to have a dismal time without wheels.
So what do you expect for free? Besides, me and the bride have got the weekend all booked up.
Say, what's this mean, my bride business? You two didn't chase over the state line and do it, did you?
Oh, don't be a goon. You just dropped in the middle of a dream. We were imagining our honeymoon. Years from now.
Yeah, that's right. Now, why don't you be a pair of good old pedestrians and let us finish our dream, okay?
How romantic. Come on, Dreamboat, let's go.
Brother, I almost gave us away. Proves one thing, though. Getting married doesn't make us look any different.
I suppose it doesn't. I'd have died if she'd seen the ring.
Look, you better stash it. You know, the old folks at home might suddenly decide to make a noise like parents. Flat.
I don't want my Sunday either.
Let's go.
Sorry, you kids. Lovesick or something?
I guess her eyes were just too big, Daddy-o.
Put it on ice. I'll pay for it later.
See that you do, Tommy Blaine.
To quote Shakespeare, good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
I'd rather quote Christopher Marlowe. Fair Helen, make me a mortal with a kiss.
You silly.
Now, Mr. Blaine. Parting is sweet sorrow. Mrs. Thomas Blaine. Mrs. Tommy Blaine.
I'll get it, Pop. Hello?
Tommy, the marriage license. I thought I put it in my bag, but I can't find it. I thought I had it in the campus cub last night, sort of all rolled up. Oh, Tommy, if anybody reads it, I'll just die.
Look, baby, take it easy. I'll chase down and give the place the eye. I know it's not your fault. Look, let's not talk anymore. I better move fast. I'll pick you up after.
Bye, Tommy.
You have to drop crumbs all over the house?
If I do, I'll pick it up.
I like you pick up your clothes. Why can't you be neat and responsible like your brother Joe?
You don't have to be a corporal in the army like Joe to take care of responsibilities.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're working a couple of hours after school down Milty's garage. A real breadwinner.
Mr. Landis, last night when we were here...
You didn't pay your bill. 75 cents plus tax.
I'm sorry about that, but my girl and I wanted to have, you know, a little fun and practical joke type thing, and we think maybe we left something in the booth over there.
You told me to put it on ice.
Well, yes, I know that, but it was sort of a paper, you know, a paper we had made up. You know, like one of those chicken detective things you buy in a trick store.
Oh, that. Well, let's see. What did I do with it?
Thanks. Do me a favor, will you? Don't say anything about this to anyone. You know, it might be kind of embarrassing. Kid stuff.
Kid stuff. Confidentially, I never saw that piece of paper in my life.
Thanks. And anytime I can do you a favor, you just holler.
Oh, darling, don't be silly. Now, do hurry. I don't want you to be late the first time you're invited to the country club.
Country club?
Well, Helen, are you still home?
Not a mirage. What's all this about the country club?
They've accepted my application.
And from now on, the Newton family will be rubbing elbows with the best. What do you think of your mother?
A real keen femme.
There. That's the verdict of the younger generation. We've been invited for cocktails and supper afterwards.
That, includes me out, I guess.
You're hardly old enough for cocktails.
Don't you worry. Next Sunday, we'll all dine at the country club. And there'll be plenty of children your own age that you can meet.
Children. Oh, Mother, I'm almost 18.
In 3 months. Helen, let's find you at home when we get back.
Oh, what's the diff? The only time you ever really look at me is at breakfast.
One of these days, I'm going to have a long talk with that young lady.
Stop acting like a parent, George. Helen's a sensible girl, and she knows we're meeting the right people for her sake.
Oh, I guess you're right. Where's she going to have dinner?
Well, I gave her $10 yesterday. That should be enough. Oh, are you going to wear that old cap?
Well, why shouldn't I? I'll get the card.
Hey, I'm sure glad to see you, kid. You want to make a few extra bucks?
Time and a half on Sunday.
You drive a hard bargain. Look, I got to tow in that fancy job of Mr. Donahue. Stick around and keep an eye on the place, huh?
Okay, Melody. What's eating you, honey?
Oh, nothing, except we were going to spend the day at the sports car races.
Well, look at it in Millie's TV set. Besides, here, we could really be alone.
How romantic.
Hey, master mechanic, come here.
Miss Faithful doesn't care who drives her as long as it's a man.
Kid, I ain't got all day. Oh, is this a garage or ain't it?
Look, I'm not working today. I'm just minding the place.
Well, all I want's a little touch of the carburetor. It's idling rough.
All right, I'll take it for a spin.
What's so interesting in the magazine, beautiful? Marla's a lot of laughs. She tells me you and your boyfriend Tommy are that way about each other. He's got taste, but no sense. Cigarette? Me and my partner offered your boyfriend a job. He'd be worth at least a C note and a half a week working for us.
He's planning to study medicine.
What? I used to live next door to his family. His old man makes enough just for rent and groceries. A dish like you deserves the best.
Tommy is the best.
Pick you up Saturday night.
You can pick me yourself up if you're not careful.
A character like you should stick to riding streetcars. There's nothing wrong with that engine.
How should I know? I just buy them and drive them. 5-spot cover it?
No charge.
Oh, here. This ought to wipe off the red. Remember, your old neighbor Grimesy pays off for everything. Dr. Blaine.
Wise guy. I had both hands on the wheel. All of a sudden, Marla...
Tommy, you don't have to explain.
It wasn't my fault. You know, Marla.
Well, you didn't have to go riding with her and leave me with that. After all, I am your wife.
Helen, where you going?
Home. At least I'm not surrounded by dirt and grease there.
Women. What's a guy get mixed up with them for? Oh, shut up.
You better answer it, Tommy.
You didn't desert me after all.
I guess I got lonely.
Me too. Oh.
George, I simply haven't time to do any cooking. Well, you know I must look my best tonight. Yes, I've called the delicatessen. It'll be ready for you to pick up on your way home. Now, don't be late. Bye.
Are you sure your mother won't mind?
Of course she won't.
I won't what?
The exams. Tommy and I are going to study for them together.
Oh, that won't be possible. We're having guests, and I'm afraid there just isn't room for one more.
But, Mother, the exams are important. I've got to help Tommy bone up in biology.
Well, Helen, it's more important that you help me serve the guests. They're friends from the country club, and I'm sure that Tommy will understand.
I understand. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait a minute. You don't understand, Mother. I promised Tommy that...
Of course I understand, and I think it's very noble of you to take this attitude.
But I've got to study for them, too. Come on, let's go to the library.
Helen, if you leave this house, I'll tell your father, deserting me for that nobody.
He's not a nobody. He's my...
Forget it. She'll help you.
You had no right saying that to him.
some mother-in-law.
I almost told her, didn't I?
So what's with the party? How'd you break your chains?
Climbed out the window.
Want a soda or something?
Hmm?
What's the matter?
The skin on my third finger left hand is wearing awfully thin taking this ring off so many times.
You know, sooner or later, we're gonna have to face the music.
I know.
I can't understand that girl. Sneaking out on me after she knew I was depending on her.
Now, Susan, perhaps that boy's a bad influence. But Helen's a good girl. She wouldn't do anything wrong.
Oh, you men, how naive can you be? She defied me and she must be punished. Oh, from now on, she's going to come to me for every single penny. Here, hold this.
Can't you wait till she gets back?
I know what I'm doing.
What's this, some sort of certificate or something? It's a marriage license.
You must be mad. Oh, no, George, it's that boy. He's tricked her.
No, Mother, he didn't. We both said I do together. 50-50.
Oh, George, our guests, they'll be here any minute. We can't let them know.
I'm sorry you both had to find out this way. We were just going to tell you.
Young man, call your parents. I want them here to talk to my lawyer.
Well, what do we need lawyers for?
There are laws to take care of characters like you. My daughter is underage, and you took her across the state line.
I don't know how I'll ever hold my head up again. The scandal.
Hold the fort, honey. I'll get my folks.
Oh, my baby, how could you do this to me?
Mother, I love him.
Puppy loving, you mean. When that boy's parents get here, I'll show them I'm not a man to trifle with, especially where my daughter's concerned.
It's the law, Mr. Newton. I haven't violated anything. They're married, all right.
You knew they were minors, children. They're not of legal age. I could have you disbarred for this.
I'm a justice of the peace, not a lawyer, nor a truant officer. People come here to get married. They get a license. I don't ask questions.
What's the matter? Afraid if you did, your conscience would hurt? I've already seen my lawyer.
Weddings I perform will stand up in any court.
We'll see about that. Imagine that. We parents work and slave to raise decent children, and a man like this ruins their lives.
Their lives were ruined long before I ever clapped eyes on them.
You can't talk that way about my boy.
I'm not talking about your boy or about your girl. They're not the first juveniles I've married, nor are you the first parents that ever came screaming to me.
You can't talk like that to us.
Call yourselves mothers, fathers.
Harry, that's an insult.
Giraffe in a zoo takes better care of its young.
You take care. I know slander when I hear it.
Truth is the best defense against slander. And the truth is, your children came to me not out of any evil intent. They were looking for the love and the attention they weren't getting at home. Home is where the heart is, not just a place to hang your hat.
I can assure you that I provide the best for my daughter.
And she knows that we love her.
I can see that. I can also see I'm wasting my breath. Maybe marrying young ones without their parents' consent isn't the smartest thing to do. But you ought to thank your lucky stars that I'm a justice of the peace and not a warden of a juvenile prison. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have another wedding to perform.
Don't you worry, dear. He hasn't heard the last from me yet.
Popular teenagers to wed. Parents of Tommy Blaine and Helen Newton announced the troth of their son and daughter last Sunday, with a wedding to take place in the near future. In the near future. What a laugh.
At least somebody else will be picking up for you after today. I don't know why your father agreed the two of you should live here.
Well, maybe he's beginning to appreciate some of my sterling qualities. Ma, what do you got against Helen?
Did I say I had?
You know, she's just going to have to be satisfied with things here the way they are.
Ma, look, I thought it was all settled. It wasn't our idea to get married with our parents' consent for the second time and then live together now.
Well, your father talked it over with Mr. Newton, and they thought it best that
You mean my new mother-in-law was worried about what her friends at the country club would think? Boy, people sure got dirty minds.
Well, now, they might be snobs, but they're respectable. You know, if your brother Joe ever gets another furlough, I don't know where he's going to sleep.
Joe. My big brother Joe. What makes him so special around here? Been home once in 4 years, and that's all I hear about. Dear Joe. Never gave you a penny, never did anything around the house.
Tommy, he's your older brother.
Forget it. I'm sorry, Mom. I gotta go pick up Helen. Bye.
Oh, Mother, you'll get your nose all red and shiny.
I don't care. That horrid city hall. I had such plans for you. A big church and a choir and an organ and you and organdy and white lace.
Well, maybe Tommy and I could get married a third time. That'd make the headlines. The most married couple in the world.
There, that proves you're not old enough to be married, being so flip.
Oh, Mother, I was only making a funny. I'll come and see you every day.
If you only could. I suppose I'll have to change my engagements, though. Oh, that boy. Why did he have to insist that you live at his house? I'm sure that your room is much more refined. He did it just to spite me.
Mother, you were the first one who said yes to it.
There, he's turned you against your own mother at last. Oh.
Hi, Mrs. Blaine.
Hi, Mr. Blaine.
I've come to take Helen home.
This will always be home for my daughter. It seems like yesterday you were a baby and now you're a married woman. I feel so old.
Mother. I'll call you as soon as I get settled.
Don't forget, Mother's always here in case you need her.
Bye, Mother.
The game is fast developing into a pitcher's duel. Going into the top half of the 8th inning, coming up to bat for the Dodgers is their big gun, Stanley Mills. He's been batting .385 up to this game. Here's the windup.
Let's go! Be making noise when I'm
Mills
trying to
just
relax.
watches it go by. It barely cuts the corner of the plate. Ball 1. Mills steps out of the batter's box. He eyes Wagner on the mound and steps back.
Oh,
Wagner
finished
hurls.
so quick?
It looks like a slider.
My father-in-law
Mills
finished
swings.
me.
A healthy cut, but all he got was air. That's 1-1.
Girl, she resents me.
Pitchers keep hurling as they've been
I'm
doing.
trying
They
to
might
watch
go
the
into extra
baseball
innings.
game.
There's the windup and the throw. It's a wild pitch, and Mills just manages to drop in time.
All I have to do is finish cleaning these, and it'll be all set.
You do good work, Tommy. I'd sure like to put you on full-time as soon as you graduate. Start you off at $90 a week.
Thanks, Mildy. I appreciate it, but I was kind of counting on going to college.
Oh, hiya, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, sweetie.
I was just trying to talk your better half into working steady for me, but I'm afraid he's just a college man at heart.
Well, Tommy does just as he wants to, Milty, as far as I'm concerned.
I wish my old lady could hear that. Go and take her out for a soda or something. You can finish this later.
Thanks, Mildy. What's up? Have another fight with Ma?
Oh, you know I never fight with her, Tommy, but... Well, I try to get along as best I can.
Look, her bark's much worse than her bite.
I had a tete-a-tete with my mother this afternoon just before I came here.
Ooh, and what did your mother have to say about her beloved son-in-law?
She and Dad want us to come and live with him right after graduation.
Holy cow, I thought the whole thing was decided. Look, I'm happy living where we are. Let's not talk about it anymore. Sweetheart, I'll take off these and we'll go have that soda Melly suggested. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, how are the honeymooners?
The honeymoon's over, Mike, old boy.
Well, it ought to never be over.
Just like in fairy tales, they live happily ever after.
Come on, Tommy. Our table's over here.
He puts the ring on her finger and she puts the ring through his nose.
What's eating you? Can't a guy talk to his friends?
Friends? None of them has ever come over to see us.
Well, I don't blame him. We can't go crawling with them anymore.
The pizza's fresh off the oven.
Just a couple of burgers, Phil. And will you play something in the jukebox?
Oh, it's about time we had some music around here.
Well, let's not sit this one out.
Let's do. We've got something to talk about.
Like later when we get home.
You know, you never want to hear my side of things.
Okay, if you don't want to dance, I'll find somebody who does. Hey, Mike, can I borrow your girl?
Yes, you tell you're so polite.
Marriage make you stiff, Dreamboat? Relax. I can't take advantage of you here.
If I do, I'll melt right in your arms. Thank you.
This groom of yours is smooth. Maybe I'll borrow him for the graduation dance.
And what are you going to put up for collateral? A Sharpie and a sports car?
Just what you see here, darling. Nothing more. But you can have him back now. I'm no house wrecker.
Home wrecker, you mean?
Care for any dessert?
No, thanks, Phil.
Sit down, darling. You'll enjoy your hamburger better.
What's with you dames? The fella just wants to dance, and immediately out come all the cat claws. Did I tell you Millie wants me to work full-time?
At least a dozen times. Just because you're married isn't going to keep you from going to college.
Look, why don't you get your own girl?
This is my girl. Lift the torso, baby. There's a bar I'd like you to get acquainted with.
Oh, you sweetie.
What are you trying to do? Make her a juvenile delinquent?
Who made you my keeper? Let's hit the road.
You're not leaving here with Michael.
This custom-made fiddle set me back 150 clams. So, don't squeeze the goods.
Well, look, I've been going with her for 2 years.
Well, in 2 months, I've shown her more about life than you have in 2 years. Back to your pigpen, peasant.
All right, men, let's get him!
It's getting your name in the papers with those other hoodlums that's eating me. Bad companions give you a bad name. They were under your roof. It was up to you to pick their friends.
I ain't hardly got time to pick out friends for myself. I work pretty hard. When I get home, I need my rest.
They don't tell us where they go when they leave the house.
They'll tell me. You're coming to live as guests in my house, and I'm going to give you a set of rules to stick to. Understand?
We understand, Warden. I'm sorry it just slipped out.
I accept your apology. You both are getting out of high school, and I'll expect you to realize that marriage doesn't have summer vacations. And I'll work out a schedule of what you're to contribute to your wife's support. You will be working, I presume?
At Mildy's garage. He's open 24 hours now, and he wants me on the night shift.
I trust you'll use plenty of soap and water before coming home.
Yes, ma'am.
Then it's settled. Tomorrow, Helen's room will be your home. Oh, yes, we'll dine together, of course, and I'll expect you both to be prompt.
Well, son, we'll keep in touch.
Maybe it's for the best, Tommy. You know, with Joe coming home soon and everything. Oh, here. You better take care of this. It's your policy you've been paying on. He's put in almost $500. So's he'd have a little something for college. Now you and Helen come by on Friday and I'll cook you up something real special.
Yeah, Ma, we will.
It's gonna be all right. After all, they are our children, and, well, what else have we got to live for?
Yes, you're so right. Look, we appreciate everything you've done for us, Mother. See you Friday, huh?
Let's get together and see a ball game. Maybe a game of cards. After all, we shouldn't be strangers. We might be grandparents together.
Grandparents together. Oh, what an unthinkable idea.
Oh, you needn't worry, Mother. Tommy and I have sense enough to realize that we're not prepared to raise a family. Yet.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. Oh, my, how time flies. We're going to have to rush, George. We don't want to keep Paul Donahue waiting. Oh, be a dear. You'll find my brush in the bathroom. Will you bring it to me?
I really don't mean to be so harsh, Tommy. But you're a member of the family now. I've got my position in the community to see to.
The way people have been treating us lately, I feel like a pair of criminals.
Hurry with that brush.
Make yourself comfortable. She'll want me to brush your hair 150 times.
Don't tell me you're figuring out your income tax already.
No, sir, it's my application for pre-med school.
Oh, why don't you stop kidding yourself, Tommy? It's September already. You know you're not going to college this term. Look, kid, we're doing pretty good. Only 24-hour service in town. You stick with me. If business keeps up, in a year you'll be making $600 or $700 a month.
Meantime, I haven't even been making the 100 a week you promised.
Well, I've been checking the books, kid, and I figure I can give you another little raise. Say, $85 a month.
Oh, gee, Millie, that'd be great.
$385 a month. On that, you can buy yourself a house and be your own boss at home.
My own boss at home. Gee, I can't wait to tell Helen.
Well, there's no time like the present.
Huh?
Go on, beat it. I'll look after things till you get back.
Thank you, Millie.
Tommy. What are you doing home? Milty didn't fire you.
Milty gave me a raise.
A raise? Oh, how wonderful. Oh, but you could have waited until the morning.
In the morning, your mother kittens you to death, and your old man has all those things to say before he goes to his office. But as of now, it's finished, over with.
I want to get to the bottom of this. We better have that tete-a-tete in the living room. Tommy, what's gotten into you?
Tonight, I am a man. We're moving out of here. Got that insurance policy I can cash in, and the few bucks we saved last summer.
Are you gonna buy yourself a padded cell?
Nope. A house.
Oh, Tommy, do you really mean it?
A place where I can run around, where I can sleep, where my wife can cook me breakfast.
Oh!
Oh, we're not kids anymore. And tomorrow morning we start the rounds of the real estate offices.
Helen, what a shameless spectacle.
I'm enjoying it.
You're all covered with grease. Get back to that grease pit and don't come back with that thing on again.
Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm leaving. And tomorrow morning my wife is leaving with me.
But Tommy, we haven't found a home yet.
And we'll rent something till we do.
How nice. Everybody waited up for a nightcap.
George, do something. They said they're moving out.
Moving out?
Yes.
At this time of the morning?
No, sir, not until I get off work.
Young man, my daughter is not moving anywhere with you. I forbid.
Why don't you change your needle? You know, your record's getting a little bit scratchy. And as for you, Mrs. Blaine, you go get some shut-eye. Tomorrow morning, one of us has got to be awake enough to know what we're buying. And you'll find someone else to push around.
Helen, I have never... Tommy's my husband. And he's going to make a home for me.
Oh.
Nice looking shack. You sure you didn't go a little over your head?
We're only paying $125 a month, Mildy.
I wish you'd have talked to me first, kid. $125 a month for rent, mortgage payments. What about furniture and upkeep?
We'll make out.
You better put your speed in low gear, kid. Money don't grow on trees.
Milky old boy.
Aye.
See, your boss just left. Long time, no see.
Not long enough to suit me.
Now, is that the way to greet an old chum? Hmm? Got yourself saddled with a hunk of real estate, I hear.
You've got long ears.
And sharp eyes as well as a quiet tongue. Huh. Keeps me rolling in the coin of the realm. Spending money to you.
Look, what do you want from me, old chum?
A little service. Once in a while I get hold of a car in my business. Needs maybe new numbers, quick touch-up, fast delivery.
A hot car with a built-in jail. Look, beat it. I don't need you.
Well, in case you ever do, just holler.
Yeah, I will.
I'll be around. A couple of hours. You can have more scratch in your pocket than you can make here in 3 or 4 weeks. Felton and Grimes. Late model used car.
I'll get it, Tom.
Look who's here.
Oh.
Hi, you Blaines. I bring you the conquering hero.
Hi, Tiger. How you doing?
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Ooh, gee, it's a great place you have here.
Thanks.
Mike's down from school for the weekend.
Make yourself at home.
Do you, want some lemonade or something?
Oh, no, we couldn't. We just had the biggest pizza and chili you ever saw.
Come on, Mike. I'll show you the house.
Okay, great.
And I've got you and Tommy to thank for everything. You not only helped me to see what a foul ball I was, but you set an example for me to follow as well.
Have you told your folks?
Oh, Mike insisted. He was so cute. He asked my father for my hand, just like in fairy books.
Didn't your father object?
Object? He nearly raised the roof. And my mother went for the smelling salts when they heard we wanted to elope.
That sounds slightly familiar.
But when we told them how happy you and Tommy were, well, then they cooled off. And this is the result.
And you want my advice?
Well, that's just what I came here for. Daddy insists that we have this church wedding after we've been engaged for a year. A whole year, imagine. And you're going to be matron of honor. Oh, yeah, and the advice I want is about my bridal gown.
Aren't you jumping the gun a little?
Oh, you never know. I keep dropping hints at home about the happy Blaines. And who knows, that year we have to wait, well, it might only be a few months. Oh, and this is the one that just simply sends me.
Boy, it's out of this world.
Oh, I knew you'd go for it.
Just let me know. I'll have that old red carpet rolled right out for you.
Sounds like the greatest, Mike.
Well, Mike, Helen's all set to march down the aisle as matron of honor.
Hey, now don't rush it. We still may have a year of sewing ahead of us. Well, shall we go, honey?
Okay.
So glad you two dropped by.
Oh, nice to come.
Look, now don't forget, when you make up your mind which college you're going to, I'm all set to welcome you up to our alma mater.
Thank you, Mike.
Right.
Bye, Marla. Mike.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Why the Salvac?
See the way she looked at me? Like I was a rag mop left overnight to dry.
A little housework and she's gonna look a lot worse.
Cheap cotton dress.
Well, what do you want? Silk trimmed with mink? We're lucky we're not wearing fig leaves the way things are going. What's that Mike got that I haven't? Big man on campus. Huh? Big operator. All muscles, and you know what? No brains. You know what I told him about marriage? Play the field, sucker. Play the field just like Marley used to do.
You didn't.
I'm not just flatting my tongue. You know what else I told him? I was buying in with Milty. I had to prove that I was a big man, too, and all the time this is burning a hole in my pocket.
Tommy, your car.
Where do you think the dough came to pay for all this junk? Two punk kids like us say I do. Yeah, we think we're smarter than anyone else. We didn't even have a chance to live, and look, we buried ourselves.
Well, it hasn't been exactly a wax ballroom for me either, you know.
No, I make it and you spend it. Boy, what a dream castle.
Look, this house was your brainstorm.
Blame me, all right. I got big, broad shoulders, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm not gonna lose my car.
Oh, Tommy, if you just tell me what you want me to do. I just want to help. If you only let me, I know Dad'll give us the money.
I don't want his charity.
Then maybe I could get a job or something.
Look, baby, forget it. I'm sorry. Seeing them two with no worries in the world, it made me blow my stack.
I know. What's an old car anyway when we've got each other?
Right now, not anymore an old puff of wind.
What's the name of that auto loan company?
What's whirling in your head?
Oh, nothing. I was just curious.
Yeah, curious enough to make a real punk out of me.
And what are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Your old man's just sitting there like a hawk waiting to prove I can't take care of you. Well, all right, you run back to him. But if you do, don't come back to me.
What's the difference? I was only going to ask him for a loan. We could pay him back.
Look, you take care of the house. I'll take care of the money, okay?
Tommy? Tommy?
Why, I see you found her office. That's the torso, kid. Later, I'll give you the sign.
Sit down, kid. This is strictly business. How you fixed for tonight, kid?
A late shift, same as always.
Okay. We got a car for sale, only the buyer don't like its looks. How long it take you to make it look different?
New paint job?
Mm-mm. Not this one. A little facelift, just new numbers.
Share of the dough and the new owner's address. You'll wear your garage coveralls when you deliver it.
Deliver it? How do I get back?
It'll only be a $10 taxi ride. Here.
How much will be in the glove compartment?
Couple of C notes.
Make this one good, we'll have another one in a week.
I'll make it good.
Once you start, you stay. Understand?
Long as there's a profit?
Just follow orders, don't try being smart, and you'll be in clover.
We got big plans for you, kid. Who knows? One of these days, we might buy you that garage. Now, beat it.
Milty's garage and the kid.
What a setup.
This couch ain't paid for yet.
What's all this ain't paid for stuff lately?
Well, it isn't.
Isn't, ain't? What's the diff? A man's house is his castle.
Mm-hmm. And it just might be an empty castle soon. The installment people called. They want their money in 48 hours.
How much of it?
They say we're $250 behind.
Tell them to keep their shirts on. I'll get it. 48 hours? Guy can pick up that kind of money easy, you know, just like that.
Mr. Newton, please. His daughter. Thank you. Hello, Daddy. Oh, I'm fine. No, nothing's the matter. Daddy, I'd like to come downtown this afternoon. There's something I want to talk to you about.
You want to make me look like a charity case? Don't ever do it again. I'll take care of the bills.
But, Tommy, we're even behind on the house payment.
We wouldn't be if you knew how to run a house like my mother.
But I can't sleep, Tommy. I've just got to talk to you.
There's nothing to worry about. Everything is under control. Now you go to bed.
But the buses are still running. I'll bring you some coffee.
I got coffee, a whole pot full. Besides, I'm going to be too busy for visiting. I got a customer now. I'll see you when I get home. I told you I'd have the money in a couple of hours.
Here's the new ownership paper. Now make sure the numbers on the motor check. We'll hear from the other end if you're worth the dough. Your door's wide open.
It always is.
Not if you get married too young. Too young. Not if you get married
such a bad dream?
Maybe it's something you ate. I told you not to come here.
I had to. We've got to talk everything out.
I'm all talked out.
Tommy, please, I can't stand another day like this. I know how much your car means to you. And if staying married to me isn't so important, why...
You out of your mind? I've got the money. Look here if you don't believe me.
What'd you do, rob the bank?
No, Fort Knox. Look, I've got to deliver this car. Will you please stop bothering me?
Tommy, let me go with you. We could talk on the way.
Go home, will you please?
Tommy, please, I don't want to be alone tonight. I'm scared. Let me go, Tommy.
The owner of the car might get sore.
Well, let him. I'm not budging. If you want me to get out, you can throw me out.
If I get into trouble, it's not my fault.
Tommy, you better stop. It's the police. Tommy, stop!
Shut up.
Tommy, if you'll only stop, I'll tell him that we took the car for a joyride. Look, that I dared you to. It was my fault.
You wouldn't be lying too much. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in this mess right now.
Tommy, look, they don't know that we're just a couple of kids. Tommy, please, please stop! Tommy! Tommy, they're shooting at us like we're criminals! Please stop!
It's only a warning. By the time they level us, we'll be out of sight.
But we might get killed!
It's better than rotting in jail. Look, be quiet. We're both in this now. Don't do that again!
Now, this brief. The case of the people against Thomas and Helen Blaine, minors, is a misnomer. It should read, the case of the people against the parents of Thomas and Helen Blaine. Now, I've arranged this private hearing because I think that Tommy is really not a criminal, nor is Helen. The facts prove that she's an innocent victim.
Are you going to send Tommy to jail?
That's up to you. I'm willing to approve probation for Tommy, providing you can prove your right to be called father and mother.
Judge, we almost lost Tommy once. We don't want to lose him again.
You won't, if you take a real interest in him.
Well, I've always taken an interest in him. I'm a hard-working man. I gave him a good home.
Our children need more than just a roof over their heads. They need guidance, understanding, which is something this report indicates he has never received from you.
I did my best.
Well, perhaps your best is not good enough. Youth shatters easily, Mr. Blaine. It's a time for dreaming, for looking ahead. We grown-ups have to nurture those dreams. Do whatever we can to make them come true. Now, Tommy, I understand, had a dream to go to college, to become a doctor. I'd like to see that dream come true.
Grace and me, we'll do everything we can if you only give us another chance with Tommy.
Officer, will you please bring in the young people? Now, as for you two, I'll let your conscience be your guide.
We're just as much on trial as any parents could be. We'd like another chance also.
Your mother and father want another chance. Think they deserve it?
They sure do.
So do you youngsters, Tommy. The decision of this court is that you both be released to the custody of each other and to your parents. And just remember, very few of us ever get a second chance.
Let's go, Grace.
Just a minute, Harry. We don't know each other very well, do we?
No, I'm afraid we don't.
Well, it's our fault. Harry's in mine as much as yours and Mr. Newton. We're snobs.
Snobs? You?
Sure. We don't want to mix with the country club bunch any more than they care to mix with us.
Then the devil take the country club bunch. If they won't accept Helen's in-laws, then they needn't accept us.
Don't stand there gawking. The Blaines and the Newtons have just discovered they're closely related by marriage.